Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of MechWarrior Games. BattleTech, the Crescent Inception, is a turn-based adventure role-playing video game released in 1988 by Westwood Associates. The game is divided into 3 sections, each with different objectives and gameplay style, but a similar interface. The first section is set at the Citadel. MechWarrior was released in 1989. With this game, the player has a great deal of freedom when compared to many of the follow-up MechWarrior games, which include choosing missions, buying and selling mechs and parts, hiring lancemates, and traveling throughout the inner sphere. BattleTech, the Crescent Revenge, was released in 1990. The main part of the game is a linear campaign of missions, where the player is presented with a tactical battle that can last anywhere from 5 to 50 minutes. The first mission involves a simple battle between a Jenner mech and a Locust mech. MechWarrior is a 1993 first-person action video game for the Super NES set in the BattleTech universe. Many share similarities or are clear variations of battle mechs from other games, but others are completely unique. There are 4 types of battle mechs in the game: light mechs, medium mechs, heavy mechs, and assault mechs. MechWarrior 3050 is a 1994 mech-based video game developed by Malibu. The game features an isometric perspective and centers around controlling a Mad Cat Timberwolf mech to destroy the inner sphere bases. Gameplay unfolds across 5 distinct stages, each featuring a unique environment. MechWarrior 2: 31st Century Combat is a 1995 vehicle simulation game developed and published by Activision. The game is set in 3057 and is played as a tactical simulation that incorporates aspects of real-time first-person combat and the physical simulation of the player's mech. It is a game recreation of the Refusal War. MechWarrior 2: Ghost Bear's Legacy is an expansion pack to MechWarrior 2. The expansion pack allows players to play as Clan Ghost Bear and gives access to 14 new battle mechs, some new weapons, 12 new missions, and some new environments, such as outer space and underwater. It also adds new songs to the soundtrack. MechWarrior 2: Mercenaries is a 1996 standalone expansion pack to MechWarrior 2. Mercenaries puts you in command of a small company of mechs whose only loyalty is to money. As there is a brutal war between 2 tribes underway, your goal is to cash in by doing tough jobs for both sides. MechCommander is a 1998 real-time tactics video game developed by FASA Interactive. The game's campaign progresses through 30 different missions broken into 5 operations with 6 missions apiece. Each mission consists of a number of objectives, which may include destroying enemy units. MechWarrior 3 was released in 1999. It featured a new 3D accelerated graphics engine at the time of its release. The game contains over 20 missions, with access to 18 different mechs during combat. A mech's weapons and critical components can be damaged, and it is even possible for entire limbs to be blown off of a mech. MechWarrior 3: Pirate's Moon is the only expansion pack from MechWarrior 3, with an all-new storyline and 20 new missions, plus 6 new mechs, brand new terrains, and a number of weapons. The player can select either campaign missions or pirate missions, which contain respective stories. MechWarrior 4: Vengeance was released in 2000. During combat, a mech's weapons and critical components can be damaged, and it is even possible for entire limbs to be blown off a mech. Mech customization is a major aspect of gameplay. The player has significant control over the configuration of each of his or her mechs. MechCommander 2 was released in 2001. The single-player game takes place on Carver V, a planet previously held by House Liao, but recently mostly captured by the Federated Commonwealth, who killed the local Liao ruler, Mandarin Cho, in combat. At the beginning of the story, the Federated Commonwealth. MechWarrior 4: Mercenaries was released in 2002. In the campaign, the player controls up to 2 full 4-man squads called Lances. The other squad members can be issued commands, such as attack or power down. The larger squad sizes allowed for larger battles. MechAssault was released in 2002 on Xbox. MechAssault included many of the basic live services that are now considered standard on any live-enabled video game. These features included options for finding and creating online matches, such as the common quick match, which enables a player to find an online match.
Oh no.
MechAssault 2, Lone Wolf, was released in 2000 for on Xbox. The player can also leave their vehicle and plant explosives or roam as a human pilot, and in this form can hitch rides on enemy and friendly vehicles. When on an enemy vehicle, the player can attempt a neurohack, with the result of ejecting the pilot.
Advance to the landing
MechAssault
zone.
Phantom War was released in 2006 on Nintendo DS, still involving the struggle between the houses and the clans within the Inner Sphere. Players assume the role of recently administered MechWarrior Online, an expert hacker and tech warrant who has been assigned a difficult mission. MechWarrior Tactical Command is a 2012 real-time strategy game developed for iOS. The game involves a real-time strategy experience and involves the player commanding a lance of MechWarriors in battle against the enemy. The game supports full 3D rotation within the environment. MechWarrior Online is a 2013 free-to-play vehicle simulation video game. The game features a variety of gameplay modes, including Deathmatch, King of the Hill, and Conquest mode, in which each team must secure and hold locations around the map. The game also features a faction warfare system. BattleTech is a 2018 a turn-based strategy video game developed by Harebrained Schemes and published by Paradox Interactive. The game, the player assumes the role of a mercenary commander, leading a team of powerful combat vehicles called battlemechs. The player is responsible for selecting each mech's model, armor, pilot, armaments, and skills, and controls a team of 4 mechs in combat. MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries is a BattleTech mecha game developed by Piranha Games, released in 2019. The game starts in 3015 during the final decade of the Third Succession War, casting the player as a rookie mercenary MechWarrior rising from the ashes of a demolished mercenary unit. They are able to accept contracts from the various factions. MechWarrior 5 Clans was released in 2024. The story follows a star of Clan Smoke Jaguar warriors during Operation Revival, a full-scale invasion of the Inner Sphere. Armed with an arsenal of cutting-edge battlemechs, meticulously designed maps and missions deliver immersive and intricate tactical gameplay.